Hey there, it's Phoenix Amore. So let me explain something to people when I spoke about ancient ways, right? And I like to basically make sure people understand biblically too how God used animals, right? When I talked about the dolphin represented resurrection. So when I see dream symbolisms, the way that I do with the animals, I talked about the shaman, right? And see what happened was some people lost touch with the fact that Jesus was a shaman. And I had to bring them to certain verses when it talks about a raven was sent here or there. Basically what happens is that's that ESP connection, okay? When somebody is given spiritual gifts as strong as Jesus or Moses or however you want to say it, when they are seeing certain things, it's actually through the eyes of the animals, no different than the Bible. I had this debate with a Christian person before. I said, you have to understand, if you don't have blessed eyes, blessed ears, and you can't connect that stuff, you're always badgering people with different beliefs when it comes to religion and spirituality. So when I start pointing out the animal, symbolism in the Bible, the eagle, the raven, all that stuff, that's a little different from when you're talking about animals with witchcraft. Now, most people understand what I mean when I say that. And if you think about the prophet, right, who basically died, this king needed that prophet. He was so addicted to that prophet that when that prophet died, he went to some witches and fooled them, right, into conjuring up some stuff. Do you understand how that is basically saying the witches could not discern the correct spirit? Yeah, they got fooled, but at the end of the day, because they were not properly ordained in that arena, they conjured up a wrong spirit. That's what I mean about the witchcraft stuff. So some people get it confused. So when you talk about some black cats and all that, that's with the witchcraft. Other times there's cats that are not. People need to understand the symbolism with tiger, lion, all that stuff that you see, right? We even talking about the Lion of Judah, all that stuff that you guys don't understand, that you get into these judgmental modes, and because you've lost touch with ancient ways, you guys don't get it. So when I said again to people, when I have the crystals, right, this is celestite that I purchased the other time when I left from the studio, right, and then my bracelet finally broke. And so what I did is took the little blue crystals from it, right, and put it in here with the celestite, just following my instincts. And then in the Bible, I could show you where it talked about the armor and where to place the crystals. Now, the lapis lazuli is the bracelet that finally broke. It's just because of the little plastic thing, but I just took them and stuck them in here with this one, a few. And so all that stuff that I just do on instinct and all that kind of thing, where people who had lost touch with that, that's what I said. God has a certain number of apostles. There was only going to be a few that really got stuff at that deeper level, the corn dream and all that, and God showing me, you have a very, very strong connection and a very strong understanding. Do not let anybody deter you when you get certain visions. This is what's happening now. When I talk about the veil breaking, these very people not understanding the symbolism, when I kept saying that fool went to the witches and fooled them into conjuring up some stuff. And you can imagine the witches probably like, well, we didn't know if we had known, but they already knew better. So now when I say the veil broke and all this stuff is hitting the fan, right? When you see the nose of a plane, and they know, even though somebody said, oh, it's probably a bird, you see the dent in the nose, right? In that time of night, you know that's like, what in the world? I don't know. You better go ask whoever conjured up some stuff what that is. Oh, that's right, because they can't see it. They have no way to control it, because they fooled you guys into thinking they knew what the hell they were doing. So when I talk about not being there, all the ones just in that basketball silly mind, well, good, this team's going to win. Oh, it's escalated to a whole nother level, because what you did was invite these same folks that conjured up all this stuff into your causes, right? Now it's not even the cause, it's just from a spiritual perspective, when they've marketed the spiritual stuff for their own profit, but in a very ugly, sexualized way, they tainted some stuff for huge profit. And then guess what they did? Came out thinking they trolling me. I can't care. With some more raunchy stuff. So Miss Gospel, who put this other one on there, guess what? I can't care. The only people that need to be trying to care are the ones where the NBA said, we all intertwined with hip hop and it's all good. Ha ha he he. Okay, but now your players are being picked off, and it's escalated to the point where some of them probably are going to die. If that plane in midair, one thing for it to slide on some ice It's another thing to basically see the nose of that plane bashed in the way that it is. That is a very huge message to basically listen or not. But don't try to drag me into some marketing where it's like, oh, one team was represented by this rapper, because I'm not a rapper. I will not let you belittle the gifts that I have and belittle the message that I had delivered with your marketing. So it is what it is. You guys take care.